Hello, my name is Cannon and I'm a senior at Canyon High School. I've had the opportunity to be on the mountain bike team for 4 years and even a captain my last year. And then I was also on the junior diva team the year before. I got into mountain biking in the 5th or 6th grade, and I got into it for two big reasons. The first being I love doing everything outdoors. I love skiing, mountain biking, climbing, hiking.
That's insane, bro.
Or anything else. I just love being in the outdoors. The other big reason is my dad has just been a huge role model for me my whole life. And when I was little, and even to this day, he tells me these stories about when he would go on these rides as a kid or growing up, and these cool things he'd see, these cool things he would do with his buddies. And so when I got my first bike, I knew I had to take it mountain biking. From that first ride, I just instantly fell in love and have loved it ever since, and try to spend as much time as my bike as possible. And because of this, I've been able to learn tons of life lessons, and the three biggest being, one, I think life is really, really hard, and things get thrown at you that are really tough to go through, but you have to push through it. Your first race, you might crash 5 days before and get stitches and have broken bones. And maybe you just get up and you push through it and you go back and you ride. You might have, in your first 2 years, more mechanicals in races than actual races where you're able to finish. And you might, after training all winter, spring, and summer, come back and those couple days before the race, you don't hydrate or eat right, and so you just absolutely tank after that first lap. In these different situations and all the others that come with mountain biking, you have the opportunity to sit down and sit back and say, this sucks, this is hard. Or you can get up and really push through and work. And even if you can't finish that race, work for the others and work harder and harder so you always do your best. The next big thing that mountain biking has really done for me is changed my mindset from when I was a little kid, when I played different sports like soccer or baseball or basketball or football, that kind of gave me the perception that if you aren't winning, if you aren't taking first in your division or whatever it is, that you aren't the best and you can't have a little victory of your own. And so when I came into mountain biking, I would have races where I'd have a pretty decent finish, but my friends would finish better than me, or a bunch of people would finish better than me. And I'd come off and maybe be a little discouraged inside because I wasn't the best. And that meant to me, in that mindset, that I couldn't have a victory. And so I really had to take a step back because it was hard for me that it was something I loved and I couldn't finish and have a good outcome. And I had to take a step back and say, this isn't what I want. I need to change this. And so going into the next races after I kind of changed this, I decided I wanted to have little goals. I wanted to move up a couple places. I wanted to have better, like no mechanicals. I wanted to just have these little goals. And so after those races, I was able to come out and really work on those little things, and I completely changed it. It made me fall back in love with mountain biking, and was so much more fun for me because of the different outlook that it gave me and how this reflected on that. The last thing that mountain biking really has taught me is the importance of integrating those 5 core values into your life. They really have shown me that when you're in a race, it doesn't matter who you are or what team you're on, what category you're racing, what place you're in, everybody cheers for everybody. And it's really cool to see everybody come together and have that family unit, that love, that equity and respect for everybody that is just so strong in this situation. It also, I think community was really shown to me a couple years ago when we had a team member pass away. We were able to come together and build a trail to kind of honor the 2 that passed away in this car crash. And it was amazing to see the unity that was made as we supported each other through this really, really hard thing. And I just want to be remembered as somebody that keeps those 5 values through my life and the other things that mountain biking has taught me.